Hello, welcome to another edition of SouthernDistillingNews.com, the reviews. And you've just got, my name is Chris Milkey. I'm the editor at SouthernDistillingNews.com, and you just got me after I come back from vacation. So I've got a baseball cap on. This particular one is from Anchor Brewing. I've got a beard that I need to shave off before I go to work. Well, I trim it down, but I still keep the beard. And we're going to wrap up our spirits reviews on St. George Spirits with an Absinthe Verte. This is their absinthe that they put out. Absinthe got a bad rap. Basically, it's known as the drink that makes poets and artists crazy and stuff like that over in Europe. It was because of the wormwood, it was believed, but from what accounts I could read on the web, it wasn't due to that, but it was due to the high alcohol content. A lot of these people were brewing it or distilling it with 130 proof alcohol content. People got stupid and it became the drink of madness and it was banned. So what happened is that St. George Spirits was one of the first ones after the ban was lifted in 2007 to submit a recipe, and they went ahead and did that. And also what happened is that it took them 11 years of distilling this to get a recipe that they liked to get that done. So Lance Winters over there was working on it even before when the ban was in effect, so that you knew that someday probably the ban would be lifted and he would have a drink. Their absinthe is made with wormwood, fennel, and star anise. It's infused first with those, and then it's put into their 1,500 gallon pot still, and then the rest of the ingredients are infused into that, which is mint, tarragon, opal basil, lemon balm, hyssop, meadow sweet, and stinging nettles. So they infuse that. And what comes off the still is actually, in their literature, if you look, is actually really, really bright green. It's like a fused green. And what you get it in when it comes to you, you can see, this is no longer bright green. It's what's called, I'm looking up my notes here, Fuel Muerte, or dead leaf. So it has that look of, the color of toned down, the photosynthesis has hit the actual drink, and it's paired it way back to this color. So go ahead and sample their absinthe. The other thing interesting is that there is a monkey on the front here, basically, when they initially submitted it, the logo they had on here with the monkey was a human skull, and instead the government said that wasn't a behavior to be fit for monkeys or something like that, and they had to change it. So they took and put it in a cowbell that was so now it's like a monkey with a femur bone banging a cowbell, which is an interesting portion of that. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this open. Now I'm just gonna have a little drink of it to kind of review the flavors. Now remember, absinthe is a very, very strong licorice drink. You can smell right at the top, it's very, very licorice, and you can definitely smell that when you open it. A lot of the time what people do is they put water into it, diffuses out some of the licorice, and gives it another mellow taste to it. So you definitely get the licorice on the front, and then you get some of the hyssop on the back. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. And also some honey, and definitely a very, very strong licorice drink. You don't need a lot of this drink to flavor things. Like probably this amount of absinthe is great for flavoring cocktails. So that's what I would recommend, is that if you have a chance to pick up a little bottle of this, go ahead and do so. You will not need a lot to flavor a cocktail. So what we're going to do today is actually make a cocktail. Just looking at my notes here. So this is called the Sherman. I'm not sure why it is. I don't know if it's from the Sherman's March to the Sea or anything of that sort, but it's a modification on a Manhattan. So what we're going to do is, here are the ingredients for a Sherman. You need a glass. I put some ice in this shaker here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few different ingredients from my bar. I'm going to turn around here. So what's in this drink is vermouth. You have rye, so I'm going to use Palm Ridge rye whiskey. So you need rye whiskey, you need some orange bitters, and you need some Angostura bitters. It's garnished with a lemon wedge, but I rarely have any in the house. So you know, I'm just like everybody else who's making cocktails. It's like all this fancy stuff, and I never have it. So anyway. So, and then of course the absinthe. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 ounces of vermouth to the shaker. So I'm going to do this here. Okay, we're going to add 1 ounce of rye whiskey. Again, this is Palm Ridge rye. This is probably one of the best cocktail ryes you'll have out there. So it's an excellent companion to this. Okay, so it says now it's 3 dashes of absinthe. So I don't exactly know what 3 dashes are. I don't have a shaker like these bottles on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approximate is that probably what absinthe again is a very strong spirit. So I'm going to approximate what I poured in this glass, and you can see it's not very much. It's probably like a half an ounce. I'm going to pour that into there and just call that a day, because it's going to be pretty strong if you really pour that stuff in there. So I'm going to move this over. But the star of the show is the absinthe. If you're looking for an absinthe drink, this is something that I dug up that I have easily with all the ingredients in my house. So here's the bitters. I'm going to have 1 dash of this. So it doesn't have to be a lot of bitters. You don't need, like I said, bitters gets really overwhelming. And then 1 dash of the orange bitters. And I just put it in until I get a couple of drops. I mean, you know, it's one of those, you know, you don't have to pour a ton in to get a pretty good cocktail. So, and then I'm going to shake it up. Okay, that's all done. Pour into my glass. So again, you know, you can get a fancier glass or something like that. So, so this is a Sherman. So again, the star of the show is St. George Spirits Absinthe Verte. That's real good. I mean, that's like eating candy almost. That's like, it doesn't have a lot of the, I think the vermouth is canceling out some of the absinthe, but it has that absinthe flavor on the top. But it's interesting taste. I mean, it takes a lot from the vermouth, but adds it with the rye whiskey, and then the absinthe just pairs it down. So go ahead, try it at home. It's an interesting recipe. My name's Chris Melke, the editor of Southern Distilling News, and that's again St. George Spirits Absinthe Verte. Cheers.